Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Ryan Westbrook, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk with you about something that might seem simple on the surface, but it's actually one of the most powerful things you can do for your eyesight. We're going to talk about fruit. Specifically, which fruits you should be eating before bed if you want to protect your vision and keep your eyes healthy for years to come. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doc, fruit before bed? Won't that mess with my blood sugar? Won't it keep me awake? And those are fair questions. But here's the thing. The right fruits at the right time can actually help your eyes repair themselves while you sleep. And that's exactly what I'm going to explain today. Your eyes are constantly working. From the moment you wake up until the moment you close them at night, your eyes are processing light, focusing on screens, reading, recognizing faces, driving, navigating. By the end of the day, your eyes are exhausted. They're damaged. Not dramatically damaged. I'm not trying to scare you. But there's real oxidative stress happening at the cellular level in your eyes. And what happens when you sleep is magical. Your body enters repair mode. Your eyes specifically start regenerating, restoring themselves, getting ready for another day of work. But here's what most people don't realize. Your eyes need the right building blocks to do that repair work effectively. They need antioxidants. They need specific nutrients that support the structures in your eye that are most vulnerable to damage. And certain fruits are absolutely packed with exactly what your eyes need. Let me start with the one fruit that I think is the MVP for eye health before bed, and that's the blueberry. Blueberries are not just any fruit. They're packed with compounds called anthocyanins. These are pigments that give blueberries their deep blue color, but they're also incredibly powerful antioxidants. What antioxidants do is they neutralize something called free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that damage your cells. Your eyes, particularly the retina and the lens, are extremely vulnerable to free radical damage because they're constantly exposed to light. Light generates free radicals. So blueberries are like little antioxidant bombs that directly protect the cells in your eyes from that damage. But here's the really interesting part. The research shows that blueberries are particularly effective at protecting something called the macula. The macula is a tiny area in the center of your retina that's responsible for your central vision. The vision you use to read, to recognize faces, to do detailed work. When the macula degenerates, you lose the ability to do those things. Age-related macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. And studies have shown that people who eat blueberries regularly have significantly lower rates of macular degeneration. When you eat blueberries before bed, you're giving your eyes those anthocyanins right when they're about to enter repair mode. During sleep, your circulation slows down, but it actually becomes more efficient. Your body directs blood and nutrients to areas that need repair. So you're essentially flooding your eyes with the exact antioxidants they need to rebuild and restore themselves. Now, let's talk about the next fruit on my list, and this one might surprise you. Kiwis. Kiwi fruit. Kiwis are absolutely loaded with vitamin C, vitamin E, and lutein. Vitamin C is a powerhouse antioxidant that protects your eyes from UV damage and oxidative stress. But what makes kiwis special is that they also contain lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids, plant pigments that actually accumulate in your macula and lens. They literally become part of the protective structure of your eye. Think of them as building blocks that your eye cells use to reinforce themselves against damage. The cool thing about kiwis is that they're one of the few fruits that give you this combination of vitamin C, vitamin E, and those crucial carotenoids all in one fruit. When you eat a kiwi before bed, you're essentially giving your eyes all the materials they need to strengthen their own defense systems. There's also research suggesting that kiwis can help with dry eyes. Many of us experience dry eye symptoms, especially if we spend time on screens. The nutrients in kiwis help support the tear film, that layer of tears that protects your eye surface. Better tear film means better eye comfort and less irritation. Now, here's the next one. And I get excited about this because it's something you probably already have in your kitchen. Cherries. Both sweet cherries and tart cherries. Cherries have melatonin in them. Melatonin is the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. So when you eat cherries before bed, you're not just getting antioxidants for your eyes, you're also getting a natural signal to your body that it's time to sleep. This is actually beneficial because better sleep means better eye repair. It's a two-for-one benefit. But cherries also contain anthocyanins, just like blueberries. Plus, they have a compound called cyanidin, which has been shown in research to protect the retina from light-induced damage. If you think about it, you've been staring at screens, being exposed to blue light all day. Your retina has been under stress. Cherries give you the specific antioxidants your eye needs to recover from that stress while you sleep. Now, I want to talk about oranges and other citrus fruits. Oranges, lemons, grapefruits, tangerines. They're all excellent for your eyes because of their vitamin C content. Vitamin C is essential for the health of the blood vessels in your eye. Remember, your eyes depend on a delicate network of tiny blood vessels to deliver oxygen and nutrients. Vitamin C helps keep those blood vessels strong and flexible. It also supports the production of collagen, which is crucial for the structural integrity of your eye. One study found that people who consume high levels of vitamin C have a lower risk of developing cataracts. Cataracts are clouding of the lens that happens over time, usually due to oxidative damage. By eating citrus fruits before bed, you're giving your eyes the vitamin C they need to prevent that kind of cumulative damage. Let me also mention grapes, green grapes, and red grapes. Grapes contain resveratrol, which is a powerful antioxidant. Resveratrol has been shown to protect the cells of the retina and to improve blood flow to the eye. When your blood flow to your eyes is better, that means your eyes are getting more of the oxygen and nutrients they need. Red grapes have even more resveratrol than green grapes, so if you're choosing, go for the red ones. Now, here's where I want to address the question I mentioned at the beginning. Won't eating fruit before bed mess with your blood sugar and keep you awake? The truth is more nuanced than a simple yes or no. Certain fruits have a high glycemic index, which means they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. That rapid spike can actually interfere with sleep and can stress your eyes over time by contributing to inflammation. But the fruits I'm recommending, blueberries, kiwis, cherries, citrus, and grapes, these are all relatively low to medium on the glycemic index, especially when you eat them as whole fruits with the fiber intact. The fiber in these fruits slows down the absorption of the natural sugars. So instead of a rapid blood sugar spike, you get a gradual, gentle increase. Your body processes that more smoothly. It doesn't interfere with sleep. In fact, it can actually support sleep, especially with the cherries because of the melatonin. Here's my practical recommendation. Eat your fruit, your eye health fruit, about 2 to 3 hours before bed. Don't eat it right before you try to sleep. Give your body time to digest it. A small portion is better than a large one. I'm talking about a cup of berries, or 1 kiwi, or a small handful of cherries, or 1 orange. You're not trying to eat a massive amount. You're giving your eyes the specific nutrients they need. Now, let me also tell you why timing matters so much. When you sleep, your body shifts into parasympathetic mode. That's your rest and repair mode. Your immune system becomes more active. Your cells start the process of autophagy. That's cellular cleanup and regeneration. Your eyes specifically start producing fresh layers of protective mucus. Your tear glands start replenishing tears. Your retinal cells start repairing light-induced damage. Your lens cells start clearing out accumulated damage. But here's the key. All of that repair work requires raw materials. It requires the specific nutrients that these fruits provide. So when you eat these fruits before bed, you're essentially preloading your body with the exact materials your eyes need to do that repair work. I also want to mention something about the order in which you should eat these fruits. If you're trying to optimize for eye health specifically, eat the berries first, either blueberries or cherries. These have the highest concentration of anthocyanins. Then, follow up with something like kiwi or citrus. The vitamin C in the citrus actually helps your body absorb and utilize the anthocyanins more effectively. There's a synergistic effect. Now, let me talk about what you should avoid. Avoid canned fruits packed in heavy syrups. The refined sugars in those syrups will negate the benefits. If you're going to eat canned fruit, get the ones packed in their own juice, or better yet, rinse off the syrup. Avoid fruit juices, even fresh squeezed ones. Juice removes the fiber, which means the sugars hit your bloodstream much faster. You lose that protective effect. And avoid dried fruits right before bed. They're very calorie-dense, very sugar-dense, and they can definitely interfere with sleep. The best option is always fresh, whole fruit. If fresh isn't available, frozen fruit is the next best thing. Frozen fruits are picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, which actually preserves more of the nutrients. Fresh frozen is often as good as, or better than, fresh shipped, because fresh shipped fruit has to travel, and some nutrient loss happens during storage and transport. Here's something else that's really important. Consistency matters more than perfection. You don't need to eat the perfect eye health fruit every single night to see benefits, but if you eat it 3 to 4 nights a week, you will notice improvements. Your eyes will feel less strained. You'll have less dry eye. Your vision might actually feel sharper. And over time, we're talking months and years, you're significantly reducing your risk of age-related vision problems. One more thing I want to emphasize. Eating fruit before bed is powerful, but it's not a replacement for other eye-healthy habits. You still need to protect your eyes from UV damage by wearing sunglasses outdoors. You still need to take regular breaks from screens. The 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. You still need to get enough sleep, real quality sleep. You still need to exercise regularly because cardiovascular health directly impacts eye health. And you need to eat a generally healthy diet with lots of vegetables, especially leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are even more concentrated sources of lutein and zeaxanthin than kiwis. But adding fruit before bed? That's a simple, delicious habit that you can start tonight. It's something you can do consistently. It's something your eyes will thank you for. Let me also address something that I think is important. A lot of people are worried about eye health, but they think of it as something that only matters when you start to have problems. But eye health is really about prevention. The damage that leads to vision loss later in life starts accumulating now. It starts accumulating every single day that you don't give your eyes the protection and support they need. So whether you're 25 or 75, starting to eat these fruits before bed is a worthwhile investment in your future vision. I want to be clear about something though. If you already have an eye condition, if you have age-related macular degeneration, or glaucoma, or diabetic retinopathy, while these fruits are beneficial and you should include them in your diet, they're not a substitute for professional eye care and any medications or treatments your eye doctor has recommended. These fruits should be part of a comprehensive approach to eye health that includes regular eye exams and following your doctor's treatment plan. Now, let me give you my top 3 picks if you can only eat one fruit before bed. Number 1. Blueberries. The research is just incredibly strong on blueberries and eye health. They're packed with anthocyanins. They're low glycemic. They're versatile. You can throw them in yogurt. You can eat them plain. You can add them to a smoothie. Number 2. Kiwis. The combination of vitamin C, vitamin E, and carotenoids is just unmatched. One kiwi is the perfect portion size. It's easy to prepare. You literally just cut it in half and scoop out the flesh with a spoon. And number 3. Tart cherry juice. Now, I mentioned whole cherries, but tart cherry juice is a particularly concentrated source of the beneficial compounds in cherries. A small glass, 4 to 8 ounces, about 2 hours before bed, gives you a big dose of antioxidants and melatonin. Just make sure you're buying unsweetened tart cherry juice, not the kind with added sugars. Here's your action step. Tonight, go to the store and pick up one of these 3 fruits. Blueberries, kiwis, or tart cherry juice. Add it to your evening routine. Make it a ritual. Make it something you look forward to. In a few weeks, you'll start noticing the benefits. Your eyes will feel less tired. Your vision might feel sharper. And you'll know that you're actively investing in your long-term eye health. Now, I know this is just one piece of the puzzle. There's so much more we could talk about when it comes to eye health. The importance of omega-3 fatty acids, the role of vitamin A, how to protect your eyes from blue light, the connection between systemic health conditions and vision. I'd love to dive deeper into any of these topics in future videos. But for right now, focus on this simple habit. Get some fruit in your diet before bed. Your eyes work hard for you every single day. They deserve some support. They deserve some love. And the beautiful thing is that taking care of your eyes through nutrition is not complicated. It's not expensive. It's not something that requires special equipment or supplements. It's just real, whole food that you can get at any grocery store and start eating tonight. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Tell me which of these fruits you're most excited to try. And feel free to send me questions about eye health. I read as many comments as I can, and I'd love to help you with whatever you're curious about. Remember, your vision is something you take for granted until you can't. Start protecting it now. It's the best investment you can make. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.